All right, looks like we're in session, and the agenda, we're gonna pull the human resource, Ryan's deal. I have Board of Health, so I will not be here after 10 minutes, and so.
Mr. Chair, I'd make a motion that we accept the amended agenda as discussed.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Our first item is invoices, Commissioner's Report, and credit applications. This is on the credit cards. And the only reason I question it is it's Power County.
Oh, we're getting reimbursed for it. So what happened is they had a court here for Power County, and it was pre-arranged before the expenditure was made that Power County will be paying for it, but it was coordinated by Jared Marchand. And he came down before it happened, said Power County will be reimbursing, we just need to front it, and then once we get the receipt and everything, we'll just get a reimbursement.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Yeah, I just.
in fact, we've already got the receipt, he brought it down to us, and we've sent the bill to Cherie at Power County to get us reimbursed.
Okay. Yeah,
They just didn't have the right people here to coordinate the activity.
I had that question when I see Power County and we're paying the bills. So, that's all I had on that one. On the other, a vehicle repair for $2,500 for a Hyundai Elantra.
That's probably a deductible for something, but
D6 probably. I think it's D6.
Did you know anything about that? So,
Excuse me.
I think it's D6. That's why they borrowed our vehicles last week or the week before.
a repair on a $2,500 repair for eye crimp.
Vehicle. Yeah, so what's gonna happen there is, over in that parking lot by D6, they had a snow plow that ran into one of our vehicles, and iCrimp is paying it and subjugating the person's insurance, and so, or we're paying it and subjugating, so we're gonna get that money back.
Okay, okay.
when you have those situations, let me know, so that I can anticipate the check coming.
Okay.
And then we have one with CenturyLink repair, damage, buried cables. Do you know anything about that?
Is it at the jail?
It's Road and Bridge. Was they digging somewhere and tore up? I don't know.
I don't know anything.
That's what caught my eye, is it's going through there. And then we have a towing for $2,495
That's.
on Road and Bridge also.
That's probably the snowplows that got stuck last week, would be my guess. I could double check, but that high of a tow bill,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
unless
what,
we were able to use our grader, I don't know. Do you want me to grab those invoices?
they're the two that I have questions on a
Do you
little
want me to go
bit.
grab the invoices so we finish the other business?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. One more before you leave. The credit application. It doesn't really say what it is, kinda.
It's for Road and Bridge. We're
Okay,
gonna start writing that on the top.
okay,
It's just Smith Equipment and Welding, so it's probably a new vendor. I don't know specifically. Most of our vendors, oh good, she put the department on both of them. Sometimes our vendors won't allow us to invoice without having an account. I can call and check on that one too.
Oh, I just-
Want me to? The Mac Tools is probably just an update. The second page, or the second credit app is probably just an update.
okay.
Because we pay them already, but sometimes vendors want updated information. That
I
first
didn't
one,
notice the R&B up on top, honestly. I was reading through here to see
We started that process so that when,
who's applying for
who it is.
this.
Yep, yep, 'cause I
That
know
was
that's been
my
asked.
biggest question.
yep, that's been asked before, so
What's
that's.
the reason?
But that one I am not 100% sure why I'm assuming they have something specific if we're going to Oregon for it,
Okay.
because usually they try and use local.
Okay.
Do you want me to follow up on that?
No, knowing who it is, just gives me clarification there.
I'll be
Thank
back.
you. And then the other report here is just jury duties. Oh, I had one question on it. Maybe. One person, $190 for mileage, everybody else is below 50?
If she is at the very bottom corner of Bannock County, we can check that one. and see.
It just, like I say,
Let me, I can go check on that
Oh, yeah.
one with Tori really quick.
and I'm good, it just,
Mhm.
you know.
Well, if you think about, most people are right here
Yeah.
in Pocatello that come. But if we have somebody, and if it was a multiple day jury, so they're driving from clear south and back up, clear south and back up,
Yeah.
then,
They're coming from Swan Lake. I mean,
Yep, that's where-
I understand, but
and so that's why, and I think that last jury did end up going 3 days. It's the one that we're paying for right now, so. If they're,
all right. We'll hold on to them for a minute. Then we have salary rate approval forms, and this has all the public defenders' requests and so on. Hesitate, but we already said yes.
hey, Ernie, let me see that one again. I forgot that lady's last name.
This one?
The jury.
These just keep coming, are they gonna stop?
No. They all have Ernest R. on them. I don't know where they get that. Each week spend $100,000. How's everybody this morning?
It's snowing.
8 inches in Ingham.
What?
Really?
That's what I had on my car.
Wow.
I'm not gonna complain then. I'm not proud of it.
And there was cars coming out the canyon that had more than that. Had a mudslide on Inman.
Really?
Yeah.
How far up the road?
I'm not sure. I talked to Kyle last night, and he said that they had cleaned it the day before in an area.
Oh, yeah, that's,
The groomer went up about 7 o'clock last night and come right back down, sent me this picture.
We ready to move? Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the salary rate approval forms as presented and the commissioner's report and credit application.
Have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, so the CenturyLink, this was one of those boxes on the side of the road, and they were plowing, 4 feet of snow. Didn't see the box.
Okay.
Denny's Wrecker is similar. They were plowing Fish Creek and Baldy Road, and the snow and ice grabbed him. He went off, it was the only way he could get out.
Okay. All right.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the invoices as presented.
Have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And I'm going to excuse myself.
Okay.
have a good one.
Oh, yes. Love the health department.
You see it?
Ashley, you ready?
Yes.
Come on up.
You want me to wait?
Nope.
Okay, good
He's-
morning.
he's out.
Ashley Ford, maintenance technician. So I'm here today to ask for some signatures on a lawn mowing contract for the jail and also the other county buildings. We originally were gonna be able to do it ourselves, and so we put some money aside for a lawnmower, but with all the projects that have come up, we don't anticipate having enough time to do it ourselves.
Okay.
So the $20,000 is budgeted in PILT to make the purchase for the equipment. We'll just have to pay for the contract services out of PILT, but not the capital line. We did some quick math. If we pay the $690 a week, then that gives us up to 28 weeks of mowing, which will get us through the end of the fiscal year.
Okay. So money we've already budgeted, we're just reassigning it?
Yes, but we will have to see how that's going to affect us next year. It will be a change in
Yeah,
next year's
the
budget.
only problem is we don't typically pay contracts out of PILT. Because PILT, you never know about, and contracts are typically recurring.
Right. Is this just a one-year deal, the contract?
It is, right?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Just a 1 year?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. You have any questions, comments? Okay. I'll accept the motion.
Okay, let me see this thing again. Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we accept the lawn mower contracts as presented.
And then will you add on there to authorize me to sign for the chairman? 'Cause it does have a
And authorize chairman to sign.
Okay. We have a motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Scott? Put your sign on that.
Good morning, Scott Carler, Event Director, Business Manager. Today we have a request for a fee waiver for an event up at the Event Center. And we have, is Ashley?
Victoria Bird.
Victoria, dang it. Ashley, but,
I've been called worse, that's fine.
Victoria Bird from the Behavior Health. And she can explain the event and what she's requesting.
Sure. So we're requesting the use of the Wellness Complex for the annual Wellness Wiggle. It's an event that we host through the District 6 Behavioral Health Board. and I'm the chair of the subcommittee for the children's behavioral health. The objective of the event is to bring local providers that provide services to children and youth for mental health services, a variety of services. We invite Family Services Alliance, Bannock Youth Foundation, the youth court system. They come to provide information for the services that they have for youth in District 6. And then we host a wiggle, so they just walk around the wellness complex or roller skate or wiggle however they wish, just to get their bodies moving. And it's geared to bring families together so that they have support for one another.
And so the fees that we're requesting to be waived is just the use of the pavilion. So they use Pavilion 2 for the Wellness Wiggle as a kind of a staging area, and then they just use the complex. And so it doesn't really impact any of our other users. We won't close down the complex to allow them to do the Wellness Wiggle. So it's really just the pavilion rental and then permission to use the rest of the complex that we're requesting.
What does it do for you trash-wise? Do you guys take care of the trash? Or
Yeah,
have them do
we'll
it?
take care of the trash, but it's really hard to say whether it's that or any of the regular use. That there's a great increase. I don't think there's going to be any real addition to.
Okay, so
the
no
bird
setup
house.
or takedown for you guys at all?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'll entertain a motion unless you have any
Mr.
questions.
Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the agreement as presented.
Okay. We have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Victoria, it's good to see you. This is a good
You
event.
as well.
Thanks
It'll be fun.
Thanks for doing this.
You bet. Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.
That was easy enough.
Yep. Tristan and company.
Tristan Borquin, Assistant Director for Planning and Development.
Chase Clark, Building Official for Planning and Development.
We are here to request a look at funds for our CityWorks implementation. So just for a little bit of background, in February of '22, we started a CityWorks kickoff for our new permitting portal. And the initial contract was a 3-month contract for implementation. So we assumed by October 22 that we would be implemented and no longer need our current permitting portal of OpenGov. As we went through the implementation process, we realized it was going to be a greater project than we had originally anticipated. And in October, we had to renew our current permitting portal of OpenGov for 1 additional year. During that process, our budget, we had budgeted for both implementation and the CityWorks program. When we went through the process in September to finalize budget, we dropped the ball, honestly, and forgot to roll over the $30,000 that was supposed to be for the CityWorks implementation into the current fiscal year 23 budget. So we're just here to look and see where we could possibly get that $30,000 that we're short in order to implement this year.
Christie?
Tristan got a hold of me. I've got a couple options. We have the last of the money, excess monies from the juvenile facility donation, or not donation, contribution that we make. There's $31,900 left in there. This roughly $30,000 would take the rest of that. The only other option would be we have some unused money in PILT for the historical roof because we rolled over more than we needed. My recommendation would be the county operations.
The juvenile facility money?
Yeah.
Okay. And we haven't talked about using that money anywhere else, have we?
No, I've been tracking it.
Okay. Okay. I figured you have.
We had a little bit of money and we've dwindled it down. This will be the last of it.
Okay. Okay.
Which money are you talking about?
The juvenile facility.
That's your recommendation?
Yes, it is.
You good with them?
Yeah, I've had a couple. Would you just, for the board, just talk about the benefits of transitioning to the new CityWorks platform and what that'll do for your customers?
Yeah. So we do actually have a work session requested to go into detail of our City Works timeline with you next Thursday so that we can
Okay.
get you guys up to date on that. But one of the biggest benefits is the integration with the GIS portal. So internally, there will be mapping software within the actual portal to allow for anybody who's building to actually select their parcel, see things like their snow load, what zone they're in, what types of things they can do with their property. And it allows us a little bit more information internally as well as staff to be able to see what permits are currently pulled per parcel, where they're at in the process, any code violations that may exist. It just allows for more efficiency through the permitting process.
Okay. You have any other questions?
Nope.
Go ahead, I'll entertain a motion.
Let me see the thing again. Okay, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the recommendation from the comptroller for the funds to continue the City Works implementation.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Go
So-
forth, do great things.
When you get that implementation bill,
Mhm.
go ahead and code all but the 29,910,
Okay.
and then bring that in to me, and then I'll take it down to Christy Davenport, tell her where we're gonna pay for it, and then we'll get either Braden or the commission to sign it.
Perfect. Can do.
Okay.
Okay.
good
Thank
job.
you.
Thanks. Charity.
After charity, it's just Emma, and that's it, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Hey, Charity Stagg, Southeast Idaho Council of Governments, here to ask for approval for submitting the Good Neighbor Grant. Is there any questions on it?
No, this is not necessarily, is this?
Not
new-
necessarily.
New
for pers-
projects?
Yeah, there's two projects. So this one, there were two projects in the CWPP. So back up, I apologize. So when I submitted this, there's actually two BLM grants. And unfortunately, when I submitted the grant to intent to apply form, I put the wrong one in there. They're both very similar.
Right.
There's one unfortunate difference between them. So what we needed was the other one, which would allow some updates to the CWPP. This one did not allow for that. So talking with Wes, came with the best solution we could that still met we didn't have enough time to submit another one and also make the deadline for this. So there were projects still that needed to be done. So we got that on there at least so we can make the best of an unfortunate situation of the mistake that I made. So this one, we picked two high priority grants from the CWPP that were on BLM land, but also meet some areas that would benefit the county as well. We tried to pick things that would be meritorious because the grant requires they want BLM to benefit most of all, but we want Bannock County to benefit also. So we did the best we could to come up with an option that would benefit both BLM and Bannock County.
So how does this impact the stuff that we're getting ready to go to bid on?
So these,
Because we got, Cottonwood and 9 Mile that we're going to bid on?
yeah, so 9 Mile. Oh, man. Okay. So those are the ones we're working on right now. Okay, so Crystal Springs. That one does not affect what we're bidding on right now, but it is near McCammon's water source. And by removing some brush around that area, it will give them more water. And knowing that they're having some water problems right now, that's why that one went on there. Lava Ranches is related to 9 Mile Phase 2.
Okay.
So to get 9 Mile Phase 2 done, it will just keep
It'll flow
continuing
into
north.
this. Okay. So the pre-bid meeting that you have scheduled for tomorrow, is it tomorrow?
It's in May.
I thought you had some tomorrow.
So the snowpocalypse that happened last week, there's about 7 feet of snow out there. So we had concerns, the project manager had some concerns about being able to get to the project site. So there was going to be a meeting Wednesday last week.
Right.
We canceled that, submitted an addendum, and just instead of potentially running into that issue for next week, just moved them to May and lined it up with the Smith Gulch pre-bid meetings as well.
So you can do all of them at the same time in the middle of May?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And hopefully there won't be 7 feet of snow out there and we'll be able to get out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so again, just to make sure I'm clear, this new application does not impact the two pre-bids that we've got going on?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, well then I'm good to go. Nancy, you guys have looked at all these?
Mostly charity, but I've reviewed it, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the grant application and authorize signature as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, Charity.
Thank you very much.
Charity, are you in a rush to head back? If you're not, can you wait a couple of minutes, because I'd like to talk to you a little bit after the next.
Absolutely.
Commissioners, can I ask for another motion to authorize electronic submission?
I'm
Yes.
sorry?
So,
Authorize electronic submission.
so would you accept a friendly amendment?
Sure, sure.
To authorize electronic submission? Okay.
So now we have to vote on that, or no?
Yep. Yep. So we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Emma?
Good morning, Commissioners. Emma Iannicone, Public Information Officer, here to provide a quarterly update on our analytics for social media, our email notifications, as well as our website. So as you'll see in the top part of our metrics for Facebook and Instagram, I've compared this quarter, January 1st through March 31st, to the full 2022 year, excuse me. We had a pretty good amount of impressions this quarter. I went through to look and see what our top 3 posts were based on impressions and reach. And we had the thank you post for our road crews got a lot of reach thanks to, well, people wanting to appreciate the road crews, but also ITD shared it as well. So we had a lot of reach there. The collapsed roof in Lava, that post got a lot of reach from the sheriff's page. And then our sandbags news release. So I thought that was pretty interesting to see what was driving our impressions this quarter. If you want me to go into more detail on the social media stuff, I can. Do you have any questions?
Just in just doing the quick math, your posts compared to last year look like you're going to be short. Is there any, I mean, what makes up that difference as to why we're going to be short? Just news events or?
News events, but also for the event center, that is factored into this, and so they were very quiet over the winter months, and I didn't do a very good job of having filler content during the winter. So as the summer months kick up, that'll be a big posting season for us for there, and that'll help us make up some of that.
Okay, and will, you're going to be short an intern through the summer, or will you have?
I need to put together the job description and application for to replace my intern, because he'll be leaving at the end of June.
So if you're short for a couple of months, how will that impact your posts?
Well, at the moment, Jack is very busy. He's getting married this weekend and graduating in a couple of weeks. So the past couple of weeks I've been managing on my own. So at this point, I'm not sure.
Okay. And then, I know we've talked about this a little bit, but what are you looking at to try to grow our email contacts so that we can have a better contact with people that way?
So I'm starting with trying to figure out free ways to do that. So as we have more community outreach events, I'm sending people with a physical sign-up sheet that attendees can write their email down and check which email notification list they want to be added to. So that's a free way that I'm doing it. I'm working with Anita. I asked her to check in with title companies and real estate agents so that we could potentially put some business cards that would have a QR code for people to sign up, or maybe even do like a physical sign up like we have at these outreach events, so that when people go in to sign on their new home or looking at properties, they could grab one of those business cards, sign up potentially for the assessor's newsletter. That would be my main advertisement there. But then once they go to the link, they can sign up for everything else. I do have in mind doing some paid outreach as far as using Affinity or the televisions and social media or Google advertisements, but I haven't started that yet. Kind of seeing how things are going with my marketing budget first before I start spending money on that. And yeah, just looking for creative ways. The chamber newsletter is a new way that I've started doing outreach, so that's another potential way that we could get signups through there.
Okay.
But always looking for new ideas, especially free ones.
And I just have to say that I'm pretty disappointed that the most visited page on your report is not the commissioner's page, but it's the assessor's page.
I know.
That will never change.
That will never change.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Just the competitor in me. I want to make the top 10, but we're not even in the top 10. So.
No, yeah, I don't know if I've seen the commissioners. Yes, especially this time of year with circuit breaker. So
Yeah.
I don't know, Jeff. It'll take a lot for us to get the commissioners page in that top 10. But
Well, that's okay.
not listed in this, but I did get information from John Underwood over at the dispatch center on our numbers for Alert Sense. And Alert Sense is our system that we use for emergency notifications, as well as the sheriff's office activity reports and press releases. And we just started doing the sheriff's office press releases and activity reports via email through that. And when we had started, we had about 30 people signed up. Now, when I got those numbers, we have 101, so we're growing. And emergency notifications, we have 4,102. So.
And the Alert Sense, is that text notification or text and email? Both. Okay.
So for emergencies, it would be via text or as well as email, depending on what the person has asked for when they signed in or signed up. But the sheriff's office stuff, as long as it's not an emergency, will always go through email. That way we're not bombarding people via text for non-emergency stuff.
Okay. And just for the public notice, I heard a radio ad this morning. Evidently Bonneville County is having some scammers impersonate the sheriff's department, calling people asking for money. So just on the record, I want to make sure that we will never ask people for money via email or via phone. It'll always be via a mail communication. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. We've actually had some instances like that in the past few months, people calling and impersonating our actual deputies, but they often have the rank wrong because their information is outdated. But we put out a couple of posts and press releases, and we have a notice on our website on the sheriff's page as well, telling people that we will never, ever contact you for money, like, and it explains all of that more in detail on the website as well.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. Good information. And I believe, let's see, we've scratched the HR discussion till Ernie could be here. Jen, are you here for any particular reason?
For the HR.
We are scratching that for right now because Ernie's not here and we wanted to make a decision, make sure all the commissioners were here.
Rude.
I know. But
If you've been watching in the beginning, you would have heard Ernie say that.
She was probably busy working.
Yes. She has a job to do.
I'm just kidding.
So, next week maybe?
Yeah, I think we'll put it on Tuesday. Is that what Ernie said before he left?
I didn't catch the day, was
I
it
think he said
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Okay.
think we'll do it on Tuesday. We'll make sure you get a special
I will
invite.
send you a text message.
Okay.
Thanks
All
for
right,
coming, Jen.
With that, we are